In this class, we will discuss about chemiosmotic hypothesis. So, we have learned that photosynthesis takes place in two stages. The first stage is light reactions. And yesterday, we have studied about how the non-cyclic electron transport, which is also known as Z scheme, takes place. So this non-cyclic electron transport takes place in the grana part of the membrane. And the final electron acceptor is NADP+. So if you can remember the final step of the non-cyclic electron transport, ferredoxin transfers 2 electrons to the NADP+. Now this step takes place in the presence of an enzyme FD-NADP oxidoreductase, which is also known as FNR, or simply we can call it as NADP reductase also. Now this enzyme helps in transferring the electrons from ferredoxin to NADP+. Thus ferredoxin gets oxidized, thus NADP+ gets reduced. So ఈ ఎంజైమ్ FD దగ్గర నుంచి ఎలక్ట్రాన్స్ తీసుకొని NADP+ కి ఇస్తుంది కాబట్టి ఫెరిడాక్సిన్ ఆక్సిడైజ్ చేసింది, NADP+ ని రెడ్యూస్ చేసింది. దట్ ఈస్ వై ద నేమ్ ఆఫ్ ద ఎంజైమ్ ఈస్ FD-NADP oxidoreductase. So right, now after accepting the electrons, NADP+ got reduced. Now this NADP+ is taking 2 protons from the stroma. So NADP+ is attached to the outer side of the membrane. Even FNR is also attached to the outer side of the membrane. So NADP+ took 2 electrons and now is taking 2 protons from the stroma, and then it converts into NADPH plus H+. Now this NADPH plus H+, is released into the stroma, and this is used for the dark reaction. So this is what we have understood, studied yesterday, right? Now due to this non-cyclic electron transport, the proton concentration in the stroma has decreased and the proton concentration in the lumen has increased. So right, if you can observe, so this is the grana part which I have highlighted. So this is all the grana and here is all the stroma part. So you can understand from this diagram. So this is a chloroplast, this is the grana part, this is the stroma lamellae. Now I have highlighted this grana. So this grana, this is all the stroma, right? Now this region is the lumen part. Now due to non-cyclic electron transport, the proton concentration has increased in the lumen and decreased in the stroma. Now let's talk about the reasons. The first reason, for the formation of NADPH plus H+, where are the protons taken from? They have taken from the stroma. So that this is the reason number 1. This is why the proton concentration has decreased in stroma. The second reason, photolysis of water takes place in the lumen. So during initial phases of the non-cyclic electron transport, so splitting of water takes place. Photolysis of water to release protons, electrons and half oxygen molecule or 1 oxygen atom. So this oxygen is released into the outside and these electrons were passed to the oxidized P680+, if you can remember. So what is left after photolysis of water? 2 protons is left. So this is the second reason the number of protons started increasing in the lumen, because photolysis takes place here, and because of that accumulation of protons is happening in the lumen. The third reason is quinone pump. If you can remember plastoquinone cycle, so here for every 2 electrons, so PQ takes 2 electrons from the pheophyte and 2 protons from the stroma. Yesterday we have discussed it. And converts into PQH2, plastoquinol. PQH2 gives those electrons to the next electron carrier, cytochrome Bf, and dumps the 2 protons inside the lumen and converts back to PQ. PQ 2 electrons pheophytin నుంచి తీసుకుంది, 2 protons stroma నుంచి తీసుకొని PQH2 గా కన్వర్ట్ అయింది. PQH2 ఎలక్ట్రాన్స్ ని నెక్స్ట్ ఎలక్ట్రాన్ క్యారియర్ కి పంపించి ప్రోటాన్స్ ని లూమెన్ లోకి డంప్ చేసి మళ్ళీ బ్యాక్ PQ గా కన్వర్ట్ అవుతుంది. సో బికాస్ ఆఫ్ దిస్ క్వినాన్ సైకిల్, సో దిస్ ఈస్ నోన్ యాజ్ పంప్ because it's pumping protons from the stroma to the lumen, so the protons got accumulated. So because of this reason, non-cyclic transport law, for every 2 photons transferred from the photosystem 2 and photosystem 1, we can see that one water molecule has split, 2 protons accumulated because of photolysis of water, 2 protons accumulated because of the PQ cycle, and as a result 4 protons have accumulated in the lumen. Now this is the situation. So lumen lo protons enduku increase ayyayante anni reasons e. For the formation of NADPH plus H plus, protons were taken from the stroma. Ika photolysis of water valla protons accumulated in the lumen. Because of the quinone pump, protons accumulated in the lumen. Now due to these reasons, what happens is there is a concentration gradient. Protons are more in the lumen and protons concentration is less in the stroma. Stroma lo takku undi, protons lumen lo ekku unnai. So if you can remember, in the lumen the pH is acidic, there is low pH, because you know that the proton concentration or like the pH is inversely proportion to the proton concentration. More protons means less pH ante acidic undi ikkada. Less protons means more pH ante basic, it is outside the grana, which is in the stroma, basic pH undi. Now this is the current situation. Now a concentration gradient happened, more protons inside, less protons outside. So what happens always, any molecule or ion or anything in nature, always molecules or ions or substances move from high concentration to low concentration. But these protons cannot able to cross this membrane. ఈ membrane ని cross చేయలేవు, ఎందుకంటే this is all the lipid layer. ఇక్కడ ఉన్నదంతా కూడా this membrane is all made up of lipid layer. So because of that, the protons cannot able to move to the stroma. ఇదంతా lipid కాబట్టి. Now that is the reason why there is a channel protein, it's a carrier protein which is helping for the transport of these protons. Now what is that is ATP synthase. ఈ ప్రోటాన్స్ స్ట్రోమాకి వెళ్ళడానికి there is a protein which is helping. Now that protein is known as ATP synthase. ATP synthase has the tail part which is factor naught and a head part which is factor 1. So tail part undi, head part undi. Now what happens is these protons started moving through this channel, this is the tail part in the channel antam, endukante it is providing passage for the protons, right? Now 2 protons started moving. Now what happens when the protons move, there is a force generated. Protons move avadam valla oka force generate avutadi, and because of that force, you can see this is the head part. This head part got rotated. Idemaindi because of that force, it rotated. Ee rotate avadam valla what happens is the ADP and phosphates, stroma lo ADPs and phosphates untai. So because when this head got rotated, ADP and phosphate got a combining force, and what formed is ATP. Protons movement ki ATP formation ki enti sambandham ante, protons when they cross this ATP synthase, a force is created. Because of that force, the head portion has rotated. Because it's rotated, yes, if there is a force which is combining ADP with a phosphate to form ATP. So for 2 protons, how many ATPs are synthesized is 1 ATP. And mari 4 protons ki how many ATPs are synthesized? Then 2 ATPs are synthesized. So because for 2 protons, 1 ATP synthesized. That means in the lumen 4 are there. That means 4 protons, when they transport, how many ATPs are synthesized? 2 ATPs. Now this process is known as photophosphorylation. Photophosphorylation. What is photophosphorylation? In the presence of light. Because of in the presence of light, the non-cyclic electron transport took place. Because of that transport, protons got accumulated, and these protons are high in the lumen, less in the stroma. So there was a proton gradient. Now a force generated, which is proton motive force. That means the protons want to move to the stroma. So when they move, an ADP combined with a phosphate, the addition of phosphate is phosphorylation. And what formed is ATP. Now this total process is known as photophosphorylation. In the presence of light, the addition of phosphate with the ADP to form ATP is known as photophosphorylation, which is known as photophosphorylation. In the presence of light, the ADP combined with the phosphate to form ATP. Such process is known as photophosphorylation. Right. Now this is chemiosmotic hypothesis, which is given by Mitchell. Chemiosmotic hypothesis. This is given by the scientist Mitchell. Chemiosmotic hypothesis ante ప్రోటాన్ గ్రేడియంట్ ఫామ్ అయినప్పుడు ఒక ప్రోటాన్ మోటివ్ ఫోర్స్ జనరేట్ అవుతుంది. Now protons wanted to move from high concentration to low concentration. Now how they move? It is with the help of ATP synthase or ATPase. They move, and finally what is formed? ATP is formed. So this chemiosmotic hypothesis explains about the movement of the protons from the lumen to the stroma. How does it takes place? And this concept is given by Mitchell, was explained by Mitchell. And we have to know that for the chemiosmotic hypothesis to takes place, there should be a membrane is necessary. There should be a proton pump which pumps the protons in the lumen. There should be a proton gradient, high proton in the lumen, low proton concentration in the stroma. And there should be a transport mechanism for the transport of protons from high concentration to low concentration, which is ATP synthase. So all these are required for the chemiosmotic hypothesis to takes place. And finally, after total light reactions and even after phosphorylation, the output of non-cyclic electron transport is, ఇదన్నీ ప్రొసీజర్స్ అయిపోయిన తర్వాత ఫైనల్గా మనకు వచ్చిన అవుట్పుట్ ఏంటి అంటే 2 NADPH plus H+. సో ఇక్కడ మన 1 NADPH plus H+, 1 NADPH plus H+ ఫామ్ అయింది. And along with that 4 protons accumulated. So how many ATPs are formed? 2 ATPs are formed. So this is for when 2 photons are transferred from the photosystem 2 and also photosystem 1. So upward, this is the output of the light reactions. So this is called as assimilatory power. ATPs and NADPH plus H+.